Hello everyone. I've been meaning to share my thoughts on the ESG narrative. A lot of talk around we need to uh, move to more renewable source of energies, get rid of any fossil related energy, even potentially the nuclear power as well. Nuclear power is not related to fossil fuels, but still it's not considered clean energy, and we need to get rid of these sorts of energies, and move on to solar or wind or others. Um, there are a lot of flaws in this thought process, and I'm going to discuss some of those issues, some of the issues that are there with this approach, and what may be the potential outcomes of this. Um, so as you can see here, first problem is if you are getting rid of one of the existing source of energy, then you first need to make sure that an alternative is available, or else um, you won't have enough of it and you will have to ration. It's quite obvious. You either have to ration, or the prices will increase, or both. And it's as you can see in this headline, rolling blackouts across Europe amid energy crisis. And it has a lot to do with most of these countries closing down nuclear plants or coal plants or even gas powered plants, and that has led to um, both increase in prices of energy, and second, scarcity of it. Um, so Kosovo had rolling blackouts for most of its 2 million citizens this week. If you're not producing enough power, and that's what's going to happen. Um, they experienced Balkan country experienced a technical issue at its largest coal-fire power plant that had to be shut down last month, which has forced government to import electricity at high prices. Um, in this case, it seems that coal power plant was shut down because of technical issue, but all across Europe, governments are shutting down um, out of their own volition, not because of any technical issues. Um, Simultaneously, Serbia was forced to cut electricity to customers. Britain network operator issued a power supply warning, and so did the France as well. France power nuclear power outage happened. Yeah, so Germany is really bad, and I'm going to come to that in a minute as well. Um, and all these actions have repercussions. So 11 European associations, from steel to fertilizer to cement and paper power plants or paper plants, uh, indicated that energy intensive companies are paying unbearable high energy cost, and that may force them to shut the operations. So if the energy that is available is extremely high cost, that means that energy cost is input to these other power plants like fertilizers, steel, paper, and cement, and that means the cost of those other goods going to be extremely high as well. Not to mention that same energy is used not just to produce things, but actually in transportation of it, which is also dependent on the same fossil fuel energy. It's going to be even higher if you know, calculate it in the big picture. So yeah, if you notice here in the chart, European natural gas futures prices just less than $20 in February, March this year. Um, by the way, February, March is cold also. Um, Cold months in Europe, and so is the December. And it at one point it touched 180, down to 120, 102, sorry, 102 euros in few days, but still extremely high. Um, some more stats here. Electricity imports from Albania, Serbia, Montenegro, and North Macedonia plunged from 750 megawatts to 469 megawatts. That's the imports that are going into Kosovo from these neighboring states. Um, so yeah, that's what's going to happen with this ESG thing. Moving on to Germany. Germany is also reeling with energy crisis. They are their contracts are gone up to 278 euros. So in the other chart I just showed, it was showing 108 or 180 maximum. It hit 278 in Germany. So coal and nuclear power plant now on the ropes in Germany. Uh, Coal and nuclear energy make 40% of their overall energy mix. So 40% is that, and renewables are down to 41%. And then there is other probably hydro and others. I'm not sure if they consider hydro into renewable or not. So there you have it. It doesn't even stop there. So they're trying to get rid of coal by 2030. They are also going to get rid of gas-based power stations by 2040 as well. And half of all German homes are heated by natural gas. It's going to be catastrophic on these countries. The policies they are following. Um, Production cost will be off the charts. Heating and just simple energy consumption, electricity consumption will be extremely expensive. So people, gas bills and electricity bills will be for just a common man, common household will be very high going forward. So yeah, that's that. But some sanity in Dutch land. So Netherlands is um, going to go for two more nuclear power plants. They are not following some of the other countries in Europe. They are supporting the nuclear energy. Um, I am not for or against any type of energy. I think, as I explained in the beginning of the video, if you have the alternatives available, fine, do virtue signaling, get rid of whatever you feel is not good for long term, but at least there has to be some alternative. Without having alternative, you shutting down these, bringing these policies, shutting down these plants randomly on the whim is going to have serious problems in terms of cost, in terms of availability of that, you know, service or a good. Um, and it just doesn't stop there. I mean, if you take it even further, Even the wind and solar is not like it's free of is completely renewable, or it has no you know um elements of fossil fuels in them. All these solar panels or wind turbines or you know the vanes of those wind turbines, they actually are produced using the fossil energy. And then the lifespan of these wind turbines and solar panels is what 25 years, if that. So you have to replace them again, and how are you going to produce that? All the iron and that goes, or all the plastic, all that is petroleum or fossil fuels. And yeah, so yeah, I'm not sure where this whole ESG thing is coming from. Again, there seems to be some either hidden agenda or just ignorance and stupidity. I will keep you posted more on this ESG thing. I have a very strong feeling this is going to be a big deal going forward. Thanks for listening. Share your thoughts and comments, and I will see you next time. Bye.